India wins the first ever gold in a chess Olympiad. India and Russia named joint winners of the 2020 online FIDE Chess Olympiad after the final was marred by technical glitch. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulates Indian chess players for winning the FIDE online chess Olympiad. India records a new high with 5 lakh recoveries in the last 8 days from COVID-19 as compared to the previous recoveries or discharge from hospitals. Flood fury continues unabated in Madhya Pradesh. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan briefs Prime Minister Narendra Modi about the flood situation. 11,000 people evacuated from 454 villages in the state. 170 relief camps are being operated. In Odisha, floodwaters of the Mahanandi inundate villages. Heavy rains hit Nagpur in Maharashtra. 14,000 people evacuated. Finance Ministry asked banks to refund the charges collected on or after 1st January on transaction carried out via RuPay card or Bhim UPI in keeping with CBDT's circular issued earlier. Over 2 crore and 53 lakh cases worldwide with over 8 lakh 50,000 deaths from COVID-19. Myanmar extends COVID-19 related restrictions on entry of foreign nationals till 30th of September. And US Open becomes the first Grand Slam to start in COVID era. Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Ashley Barty are among the high-profile absentees. Novak Djokovic, Serena Williams and Andy Murray, the biggest names playing at Flushing Meadows. Good morning. Welcome to English News. I am Anil Thomas. Now for the stories in detail. India and Russia were declared joint winners in the FIDE online chess Olympiad on Sunday. India had initially lost their second leg of the final, but they lodged an appeal against the FIDE Appeals Committee, saying that their players Nihal Sareen and Divya Deshmukh lost their matches due to a server failure. Games governing body FIDE then took the decision of awarding the title to both the countries. When the match was disrupted due to the server failure, Indian player Nihal Sareen was in a drawing position while Divya Deshmukh was in a lead. Earlier, the opening leg of the final started off with both teams drawing all their clashes and ending on 3-3. Indian chess grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand seemed ecstatic after a well-fought chess win.
Obviously, I'm thrilled with this result. Today was quite eventful and it's one of the features of the new format. But I think in the whole Olympiad, the Indian team has shown a lot of spirit. Especially, I can say that this medal, the biggest contribution came from the youngsters, and it shows the bright future we have for chess in India. And I'm just very, very happy to get this gold medal, which has eluded us all this time.
Grandmaster Koneru Hampi congratulated the Indian team on its wonderful performance at the FIDE online chess Olympiad. India scripted history after winning the title for the first time.
All the Indians, as we managed to jointly win the online chess Olympiad along with Russia. So it was a wonderful performance by the whole team, and we had a lot of amazing games. Like in the preliminary rounds, we managed to beat China, one of the strongest teams. We are very happy that our team hard work has paid off, and we were rewarded for this victory. I hope that we can make we can bring much more laurels to the country in the future as well.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a tweet congratulated Indian chess players for winning the FIDE online chess Olympiad. He said their hard work and dedication are admired and their success will surely motivate other chess players. He also congratulated the Russian team as well. Union Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju also extended his congratulations. In a tweet, Rijiju said, and I quote, "I congratulate our Indian contingent that won the gold at the FIDE Chess Online Chess Olympiad. India was declared the joint winner with Russia. My heartiest wishes to all the players. Home Minister Amit Shah tweeted, and I quote, "Proud moment for India. Congratulations to Team India on winning the FIDE online chess Olympiad. This has been possible because of the unparalleled commitment of our chess masters. I am sure this stellar achievement will further the spirit of our young players across the nation." Well, for more on that story, Tapas joining us this morning. Tapas, good morning. Tapas, how do you see this win happening? Because considering that there was a technical glitch, and this is for the first time that we are seeing joint winners being announced in a FIDE competition.
Absolutely, Anil, and that is the heartening part. That was earlier a report coming on that Russia was declared winner, and it actually a lot of people were heartbroken in the social media that why it happened. And remember, there's a huge number of people for the first time they were watching all this online. Remember the first time the chess Olympiad was taking place online. So a lot of people were looking at it with bated breath. Remember, India has never has in fact reached the final. Their best performance was 2014, where they managed to bag the bronze medal. And so in that sense, this was they scripted history on Saturday when Kanuru Hampi was leading the charge, and they made it to the final. And even yesterday, it was the youngsters who were really playing well. In fact, Nihal was on a very good position, and at the same time, Divya Deshmukh was leading. So in many ways, the Indian youngsters were in fact the torchbearer of this particular chess Olympiad. Vishwanathan Anand had to sit out for the first round. So you can imagine a guy like Vishwanathan Anand, who's a legend in Indian chess legacy as well as in world chess. He had to sit because the team felt that it will be better in team's overall strategy if he can sit the first round. So this whole this gold actually can be attributed to a team spirit, and this gold can be attributed to a never say die attitude of this new India that we are constantly talking about. And that is the best part about it. If on particular day some player had an off day, the others were put their hands up and say that yes, we are here, we are going to make it count.
Tapas, briefly I'll ask you, what's the procedure here? When a appeal is being filed, has there been a positive response from FIDE, or considering this was an online tournament, and the repercussions and the stakes there for the two countries, too many things there in a title clash at stake, was that the reason that this particular FIDE went ahead and declared them joint winners?
That is partly the case. Also, as per earlier ones, this sort of a glitch happened, and at that time, the technical glitch happened in the tournament, and at that time the other team was declared as a winner. But this time the technical thing was happening from a different level altogether. This was basically a complete shutdown of the whole server, and that too from FIDE's end. So that actually led to everything getting shut down. And that is one of the reasons why FIDE decided that this is going to be unfair if India has been punished for that reason. So that's one of the reasons why they were both India and Russia were declared joint winners. Otherwise, it would have gone in Russia's favor. But because it was a technical failure of on FIDE's end, and they thought that and because at that time India had a better chance. In fact, Divya Deshmukh was in a lead position, and Nihal was also in a drawing position. So if the match would have progressed as per its conclusion, you would have seen India making an inroad in that particular match. So given that and all those things in the point, they decided that it is better for the game of chess that both were declared joint winners. And that's actually the reason why you can see that
Okay.
this is a history has been made.
Okay, history being made, a dramatic final there on the table, especially when it comes to the big stakes involved. Thank you and appreciate you joining us as India and Russia, they declared joint winners of the FIDE online chess Olympiad. Well, moving on, responsive, collaborative and effective measures right from early identification through aggressive testing to efficient tracking and comprehensive treatment have collectively led to these outcomes. The Union Health Ministry has said that the last 5 lakh recoveries have been recorded in only 8 days. That is in comparison to the preceding 5 lakh recoveries which were recorded in 10 and 9 days respectively. Well, time now to take a look at the update on COVID-19 from across the country. The recovery rate has reached 76.61%, while the case fatality rate has further dropped to 1.79%. 64,935, that's the recoveries that were recorded, taking the cumulative total of recovered patients to 27,13,933. With this, the recovery rate currently stands at 76.61. India's three-pronged strategy, test, trace and treat, is proving to be a success. The fatality rate has further dropped to 1.79%, with 63,498 deaths being recorded so far. The number of active COVID-19 cases in India stand at 7,65,302, which is 21.60% of the total cases reported so far. India has tested 10,55,027 COVID-19 samples over the weekend. As per the data provided by the Indian Council of Medical Research, the total number of samples tested so far stand at 4,14,61,636. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Edapadi K. Palaniswamy has announced the extension of lockdown in Tamil Nadu till September 30th. Norms have been further relaxed, like no complete lockdown on Sundays, e-pass systems for inter-district travel to be discontinued, all places of worship and hotels, resorts allowed to reopen as well. All shopping malls, showrooms, big format stores can function with 100% employees. All shops will be allowed to open till 8 p.m. Inter-district travel to be allowed without e-pass. However, the e-pass system will continue for entry into the state. Intra-district bus service and MTC buses in Chennai can ply from the 1st of September. Metro rail will be operated from the 7th of September. However, suburban rail services will continue to remain suspended. All factories and IT companies can function with 100% employees. Hotels, resorts, recreation clubs can too function. Parks and playgrounds will open. Government offices will start functioning with 100% employees from the 30th of September. Banks and allied institutions can function with 100% employees. Film shooting can be done with a ceiling of 75 employees. Temples in Tamil Nadu can open for public worship. However, religious gatherings, social, political, cultural, educational and other meetings and processions will remain banned till 30th of September. The fresh relaxations will not apply to any COVID-19 containment zones across the southern state. 6,495 persons tested positive for COVID-19 in Tamil Nadu on Sunday. They include 6,468 residents and 27 who had returned from outside the state. As per the daily official bulletin, Chennai topped the list with the recording of 1,248 cases, followed by Coimbatore with 498 and Chengalpattu with 419. The deaths reported on Sunday is 94 and the state's total stands at 7,231. The total number of cases in Tamil Nadu as on August 38 stand at 4,22,085. 6,406 patients were discharged on Sunday, taking the total number of recoveries in the state to 3,62,133. Moving to monsoon mayhem in many states of India, starting first up with Madhya Pradesh, where monsoon fury continued in the central part of India. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan held a meeting through video conferencing to review the flood situation in the state. Senior officials from the Revenue, Public Health, Engineering, Health and Family Welfare, Panchayat and Rural Development Department participated in the meeting. Unabated rainfall since the last 3 days in Madhya Pradesh has severely impacted Devas, Harda, Shihor, Hoshanabad, Raisen, Vidisha, Balaghat, Shivni, Chindwada and other regions. Areas in range of 10 kilometers from the Nirmala river are the hardest hit by the floods. The government has assured of all possible help to the flood victims. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has directed officials not to take any negligence in tackling the flood situation. So far, over 11,000 people have been rescued from 454 villages of the state. A total of 267 people have been airlifted by the Air Force. People are being provided medicines, food and water in 170 relief camps. NDRF, SDRF and police home guard are being deployed to carry out rescue operations in the flood affected areas. Authorities have also issued helpline numbers 1079 and 100 which are active throughout the day. Well, for more on the story, Aditya, correspondent tracking the Madhya Pradesh floods for us, joining us this morning. Aditya, give us a situation there on the ground zero. How is the monsoon there today in those states, in those regions that are severely affected, that are in and around the Narmada river?
Yes, Anil, but we can say flood situation is now under control, but
Okay.
Around 40 villages were affected from the flood. CM Shivraj Singh Chauhan regularly since last 2 days doing air survey nearby the area of the Narmada river, because all of 40 villages are situated near the Narmada river.
Okay.
Around 7 feet down, water level down of the Narmada river, which are flowing the mark, and CM Shivraj Singh Chauhan also made an emergency call center at his place, and around 12,000 people rescued by the Indian Air Force, NDRF, SDRF, and all the relief camps working in all the flood areas, all basic needs providing to the people who are affected in this flood. All the work, stopped by the CM, and
Okay.
he also said he close monitor in this situation, and also required all kind of the directions to the local administration like NDRF, SDRF, collectors, and also said around Met Department also said next 24 hours is very normal, but we can expect that the flood
Okay.
now situation will be under control.
Okay, we'll leave it there. You take good care of yourself. We'll come back to you for more updates on that particular story on the flood situation in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Moving on, Union Finance Minister has asked banks to immediately refund the charges collected after the 1st of January this year on transactions carried out using the electronic mode prescribed under the IT Act. The ministry also advised banks not to impose charges on any future transaction carried out through the electronic mode. If transaction was carried out through RuPay card or the Beam UPI, UPI QR code, UPI Beam QR code, then no banks or systems provider will impose any charges. The ministry said that a representation has been received that some banks are imposing and collecting charges on transactions carried out through UPI. It said such practice on part of banks is a breach of the PSS Act and the IT Act. Staying with the Finance Minister, Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman will review with the top management of scheduled commercial banks and NBFCs the implementation of the resolution framework for COVID-19 related stress in bank loans on the 3rd of September. The review will focus on enabling businesses and households to avail of the revival framework on the basis of viability, necessary steps like finalizing bank policies and identifying borrowers and discussing issues that require addressing for smooth and speedy implementation. Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has said holding examinations are necessary for students' career and their better future. In a series of tweets, the minister said conduct of entrance examinations of various undergraduate courses and final year exams is necessary as it is the only parameter to understand the student's capability and credibility. His or her eligibility for scholarships for placements and admissions for any university worldwide. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank also said that if the NEET and JEE examination do not take place right now, then the current academic session will be zero and the future of our students will be highly impacted. He added that considering the broader interests of students, political parties too must refrain from unnecessary commenting on such sensitive issues. The Education Minister said students' health is government's first priority. He also said that the National Testing Agency, that's the NTA, has made elaborate arrangements for the examination and is taking adequate precautions. He also urged chief ministers of various states to make appropriate arrangements for the conduct of the NEET and JEE exams. He also appealed to the students and parents to trust the institutions conducting the examination as they are leaving no stone undone to conduct the successful exams amidst the COVID pandemic. Now taking a look at the world's highest rail bridge, which is being built over the Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir. The project, scheduled to be completed by August 2022, is already more than 80% complete. The bridge will connect Kashmir Valley to other parts of the country. Let's take a look at this report by our correspondent Abhishek Singh.
This is the world's highest rail bridge, which is being built over the river Chenab in Riyasi district of Jammu and Kashmir. The 1.3 kilometer long rail bridge is 359 meters high. Post its construction, it will be the highest rail bridge. 83% of the project is being already completed and is scheduled for August 2022.
ये जोन जो है ये टफ जोन है. इसी जोन में एक्चुअली हमने एक ब्रिज को आकार दिया है. उस इसकी हाइट है 359 फ्रॉम द रिवर बेड, जिसमें 24 मीटर आई फिल्टर, अगर आई फिल्टर बीच में रखते हैं इसलिए पॉपुलरिटी इसी के लिए मिला. लेकिन ये चैलेंज था, एक्सेप्ट किया गया है और ऑलमोस्ट हमको 83% अचीव कर चुके हैं. और बाकी जो भी है कंप्लीशन के कगार के भी अभी हम है. ओनली इरेक्शन पार्ट है. नेक्स्ट वेरी सोन मतलब दिसंबर के जनवरी के बीच में हमारा आज भी कंप्लीट होगा.
DRDO has also contributed majorly in constructing this bridge, which is being built in the Kauri area of Riyasi between Katra Banihal under the Jammu Udhampur Srinagar rail link project. This bridge can withstand a speed of around 260 kilometers per hour. This region of Riyasi falls in the earthquake-prone seismic zone 4, but the bridge is being built keeping in mind with the steps to be taken to deal with seismic zone 5, which will enable it to withstand even larger earthquakes.
पहले इधर कोई साधन नहीं था. जब से ये प्रोजेक्ट चालू है ना, तो तब से क्या है कि अभी गांव वासी जो भी है सब रोजगार में लगा हुआ है. और रोजगार के चलते चलते कोई अपना चाय वाला काम कर रहा है, कोई दुकान वाला काम कर रहा है, ठेकेदारी कर रहा है, कोई लेबर का काम कर रहा है.
This unmatched engineering of rail bridge will not only aid in connecting the valley with other parts of the country, it will also play an important role in curbing China's and Pakistan's disturbing activities. Abhishek Singh's report for DD India.
Myanmar government has further extended the restrictions imposed on travelers visiting the country in order to contain the further spread of COVID-19 virus. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs in an announcement said that the temporary suspension of all kinds of visa, including on-arrival visa and e-visa, will continue to be in place till September 30th. In the meanwhile, Myanmar reported 16 new cases of corona infection, taking the total number of infected people in the country to 749, out of which 351 people have recovered and 6 have died. On Saturday, 90 Myanmar citizens visited Myanmar from India in a special flight from Delhi. According to the Ministry of External Affairs of Myanmar, this was the 5th evacuation flight which brought Myanmar citizens from India after the corona pandemic. Let's now take a look at updates on COVID-19 from across the globe. Over 2 crore 53 lakh coronavirus cases reported worldwide, with over 8,50,000 deaths being reported. As many as 1 crore 77 lakh people have recovered from the virus or being discharged from hospital. United States continues to top the list among the worst hit by the pandemic so far, with the highest number of infections. United States has 61 lakh 73,000 cases of coronavirus, with the death toll over 1 lakh 87,000 people. United States is followed by Brazil, which has recorded more than 1 lakh 20,000 deaths and over 38 lakh and 62,000 cases. On to sports, the US Open becomes the first Grand Slam of the COVID-19 era when it starts today in a spectacular free bubble at Flushing Meadows. Defending champion Rafael Nadal and women's number 1 Ashley Barty are among the high-profile absentees from the Grand Slam. Ahead of the action getting underway in New York, the Grand Slam will return from a COVID-19 shutdown without spectators and many top players. Well, that's all we have time for at this edition of news. But remember to maintain physical distancing at all times, also wearing your face mask when you step out of your homes. Washing your hands every 20 minutes should be a part and parcel of your life. If not possible, keep a hand sanitizer handy to keep yourself clean, because we all need to see a better tomorrow. Thanks for watching.